What is up, everybody? It is your boy. It is Hungar. Welcome to the show. We will be just chilling, talking about whatever, and seeing where this show goes. This is my great comeback stream. Woo! Everybody say woo woo. And what do we want to talk about today? I was thinking, we could talk about how the leftist mindset's killing gaming, but that's been beat like a redheaded stepchild. So I don't know if that's something that we actually want to do. Or we could talk about gaming in general. We can talk about whatever. I mean, it is the Chaotic Neutral live stream. New date, new time. But it's just going to be the same old thing. What is up, Bubba? Good to see you, man. Hope your game went really good last night. And hope all the kids and grandkids are doing well. So, if you're here, let's say hi, everybody. We got Shadwell, we got Bubba, we got TCG, we got Weird WWT, we got Raven. Wow, I've already got like 6 people chilling out with me. That's amazing. Amaze balls and everything. And I'm 100% completely unprepared. Like always. Oh, Brian, see? Look. I got posters on the wall. I got my little icons and stuff over there. I got my hats. See, my room is decorated. I just don't have anything behind the bed. And I'm actually thinking about getting a Hungar neon sign from LC Signs because what's up, homie? It's Tony. And that dude is freaking hilarious. So I'm actually thinking of ordering a sign from Tony because, like, that dude's just freaking hilarious. So let's see here. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Nice. It's coming along nicely. Well, thank you, buddy. Kept thinking how I could never live without you by my side. And I'm singing the cake version, not that goofy ass version from the original. It is the cake version. Now I'm going to invite a couple of people on here. Let's see. I dropped the link in the Reckless Rants. And I'm going to invite my brother to see if he wants to join, which he ain't even on Discord. And I could add him on. What's up, George? Yeah, I see people popping in. Give me a second. Let's see. Do we got anybody on here? Hey, Doc, what's up? Well, I sent out a link and nobody, volunteered to jump on. I'm like, wow, what's up with that? Yes, that is a map of Ardwin. on my wall. Got I Won It and a thing on Shadow Show. I'm making you wait because I can't even see you on here, homie. Where are you? Oh, there it is. There's the nerd.
Yeah, they moved that. It used to be over there, where I see myself and you see yourself. But now it's up here in a little drop down thing.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
So, how's your day? How was your show?
My show yesterday
Yeah, I mean
was
I was on
okay.
it for a few minutes.
Yeah. In the chat. Were you on screen? Yeah. Yeah. And then I was up all night. I got some writing done, and then I worked on our base on Conan, and
Nice.
I started moving stuff up there, and then I realized I had my meeting I had to go to, and that lasted long. And then I took a nap, and then my alarm went off, and it said 2:30. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm late for my show."
I seen that. I seen that today. I was like, "What is this chucklehead doing? He doesn't have a show today, I don't think."
Yeah. So I quickly got up and set that up, and then Shadow reminded me it was Tuesday. So I shut that shit down and went back to sleep. Hey, Doc. And then I got up for dinner.
See, and this
You were
is
there.
why I changed my show from noon or 3:30 like you wanted me to do on Wednesday to Tuesday at 7 because a lot of people work
Yeah. Yeah.
and
But I want to not do a show on Wednesday anymore.
then just don't do a show.
Yeah. But Shadow's like, we gotta do it because Hungar
Let
might come back
Shadwell
and
do
take
a
us to battle
show.
stuff. I will do
Shadwell's cap-
that. Like
Shadwell is capable of doing shows. He's done a lot of them. I've seen them.
I have no problem being on a show at that time, but like now that you're on Tuesday, that means I'm on a show 7 days a week.
Well, you don't have to come on my show,
I
but I
have
do
to.
like it when you pop in and say hi because
You
we
frizzy
are
old Santa
homies.
beard guy.
It's
I
like,
have
what's
to.
up, homie? I'm Hungar.
Yeah.
I even went all out and like changed. I put a description. I put a thumbnail up. I worked on everything to get my show set up, and I forgot to plug up my damn ring light until after I started the show.
Yeah. You can
But
save that. You can save that to a profile now, and you can
yeah,
have multiple of them. For different shows.
yeah. But see,
So you don't have to keep writing it every
our
time.
poor orc child
Yeah. Yeah.
just got
Cal.
off work, and he's hot, and he was hardly ever able to come on. Well, he did pop it onto the noon shows, but a lot of people that want to be part of my audience can only pop on when they're like on their lunch break and stuff at work.
Yeah.
And for some reason, people want to see me.
Yeah. You're weird.
It is.
It's like watching a what do you call car wreck.
Yeah. See, what's weird is this German chick in a German car wearing like German style and stuff offered
Yeah.
me a German beer today and tried to pick me up, and I had to turn it down because the maintenance fee is like that high.
Oh, that's a good one. It's no have it's no have you seen my friend Kyle? He's this tall. You know. Or this high. Sorry.
Yeah,
He's this
and
high.
that's all right.
But it's good. It's this high.
Don't tell me how to Hungar. I'm a force of nature, and the chaos must flow naturally. That is right, Brian. It's good to see you, bro. It was funny. You heard what happened like last week. I'm sitting at the house, just chilling out, and I get a call on Discord from where WW2, Brian, right? So I'm like, oh wow, what's going on with him? So I go to answer and it just call ends immediately. So I'm like, I hope everything's okay. So I go to call him back.
Yeah.
What happened is Mel accidentally went to call me.
I gotta call
She hit the
someone
wrong
else.
person.
Yeah.
And then she freaked out when I went to call her back. And Brian, she's like, Brian was saying, he's calling me back. What do I do? Brian's like, just answer it, man. It's Hungar. What?
What?
But, that was funny. That was one of the funny things that happened last week.
Yeah.
And
You stole Brian's leash.
Today, I laid down to watch some anime.
Yeah.
I am playing There Are No Ninja Here, George, and L5R. I made a Scorpion Clan Shinobi. But yeah, I went to lay down today to watch some anime to relax. I didn't sleep very well last night. And the boy, he's like, well, I need to go to the bank. I want to open up a new account and blah, 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 and take care of my insurance for his car. I was like, cool. And the next thing I know, and this was about 1 o'clock. The next thing I know, I wake up, anime's still playing, and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, what happened?
Falling asleep.
She's giggling about it right now. She's a character. She is. Mel is awesome. Tell her I said what's up and give her my love.
Yeah. Tell Mel hi from me too and all that crap.
So, yeah, I woke up and I was like, oh,
not my love. I'll give that away.
And the boy's not home yet. I'm like, dude, it's been hours. What's going on? So I call him. He had to go over to the next city up to deal with his check and his insurance. So I'm like, yeah, walk the dog and got my show set up.
They couldn't do that at his bank?
No.
He had to go to a different one?
Well, his bank is in Michigan. So he wants to open up an account here. But the bank that he went to wanted to hold his check for 11 days.
Yeah, they usually do that.
And he wanted to open up the account sooner than that, so he just went to one of the sister banks of the bank that he has to get it cashed, which is in the next city up. It's only like 15, 20 minutes away. And now he can open up the bank account immediately with cash, which is better anyway. Yeah. It's like, when I got the settlement from my semi-truck accident, I cashed the check first.
Yeah.
And then I went into the bank with a garbage bag full of 20s and 100s. And I slapped it up on the counter. Like, I want to deposit this just to be a smart ass. It was funny.
Yeah. It's one of those kind of things you wish you had a camera for.
Yeah.
It's like that milkshake story I've told you.
Well, I've still got the photocopy of the check.
Yeah. But no, it's the putting the garbage bag full of cash on the
counter.
It was crazy. What you should have done was gone and got a duffel bag like they have in those bank heist movies. I'd like to deposit this. I just got it out of the.
What's funny is when I moved out of my parents' house, because my parents were moving up to Kentucky, and I'm like, you know what? They were staying in Florida because they were thinking that I didn't, I still needed some help. It was after, all my medical shit happened. And, but I'm like, I found a place, a friend of mine, my ex-father-in-law actually, had a room that he wanted me to move into and just help out with the electric and shit like that. So talked to my parents. I'm like, listen, I'm moving. You guys can, put the house up for sale. Don't worry about me. I've got it covered. So my ex-wife, me and her, we're still really good friends because we've got kids together. You know, my mom and dad always told me never to be jealous when I give my old toys away.
Mm.
So, you know, why wouldn't me and my ex be friends? And she actually heard a friend of hers, this girl named a friend of hers. I'm not going to dox her online, but they came over to help me pack up my stuff because I really couldn't do anything. I was still in a wheelchair at the time.
Yeah.
So they're coming over, and like her friend picks up one of my old bank statements, and it was like 2 or 3 weeks old. And I got my bank statement. I just threw it on the computer desk, just left it there. What up, Off Grid Gaming? And she picks up, and it was a decent amount.
Yeah.
It made her eyes go like this big around, and she's like, "Is this a bank statement for a blah blah amount of money?" It was around 53,000 or some shit like that at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I was wondering where this went. Like it was no big. And I'm not trying to brag and say I got a lot of money because I'm so broke. I couldn't put 2 pennies together. I'm so poor I can't even pay attention. You know,
Oh yeah.
eggs cost
I
too
know.
much.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, but she's like, oh my god, is this a bank statement? I was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Just throw it away. And she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. I mean,
It's a statement. You can't cash it in for anything.
oh yeah, it's like.
Oh,
T Public just sent me a message.
T Public. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm with Kudo here.
Check out my t-shirts. If you saw the thumbnail, that is one of my t-shirts. It's a great t-shirt. Don't be sexist. That's wrong, and being wrong is for women.
Yeah.
It's a great t-shirt.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm wearing. If I had $1 for every racist joke I told, I'd probably get robbed by a black guy. I wore that to the grocery store today, and I got a lot of people just looking at me and giving me thumbs up and laughing. But I do live in rural Tennessee.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's a joke, and people can either laugh or take a long walk off of a short pier.
Nah.
Hungar.
It's funny to mock them.
Hungar tells jokes. That's what Hungar does. Got a doctor's appointment Thursday, and I think I'm gonna bust out.
No, you should wear the one I designed.
The Afro and pink. I wore, and this is like the doctor that handles my pain management, which is kind of funny.
I gotta turn my overhead light on.
Kind of strange when I wore. Where I just keep all my laundry in a pile.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
I've got a closet.
I call it a closet.
I'm lazy. Where this one it says, take time for yourself. Take a walk. Relax. Smoke some meth. Have a you day. I wore this to my pain management doctor one time, and he's looking at it funny like, does your shirt say smoke some meth? And I was like, look at me, I'm fat. It's obvious I'm not a meth head.
You think that would be popular with meth heads, though?
Like,
they couldn't afford it, though.
And besides, just because I lost 3 pounds since my last visit doesn't mean anything. He's like, yeah, but your last visit was, 10 days ago. I was like, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, being on a budget is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. I got to lock up more funds.
Yeah.
Lock up more. I'm forcing myself into a tighter one.
Yeah. I've been thinking about. We're Husky, that's right.
Husky.
I've been thinking about doing some freaking, cybersecurity shit. Or building some websites again.
Building some websites? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy now.
Yeah, teeth and the quality of them is a great meth indicator too. See, I got teeth. I got teeth.
I got like 6 that need to be pulled.
Yeah, I need to go to the dentist. I just hate the dentist.
Yeah, that's why they need to be pulled and not looked at. Oh,
But I'm going to end up going anyway because teeth health is important. Yes, I know, fuckers.
yeah. Well, I should have paid more attention to that.
You know, it is
This
what
one
it
put me.
is.
This one put me in the hospital, man.
Damn. I ain't never had a tooth that put me in the hospital.
You didn't see you didn't see the pictures. My face was like,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
yeah, yeah. It
I just
snapped.
thought you were a
And
little bloated. I thought your boyfriend got
it's
mad at you and smacked you.
Hungar. We know that I'm not the one in this circle with a boyfriend.
Yeah, you're just in the middle of the circle.
I'm telling him he needs to go fucking straight. The goddamn weirdo. But no one listens to Justin. Nobody ever listens to Justin.
Damn.
And what happens? You get a guy masturbating on your show for it.
Damn, I'm so bald. Yeah, we all remember that when Shadwell let some rando into the show and the guy was full frontal.
And he waited until Shadow got up from his chair and walked away to turn his camera on.
Which is
I warned you.
hilarious.
I warned you. Oh. Oh, man. It's one of those things.
Damn, off grid, you just doing it all. So you had a very short game with Shadwell this weekend, right?
On
Saturday?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, we didn't do one this Saturday. It was the short one last Saturday. It was like 2 hours.
I wasn't feeling good Sunday. Ended up having a little kidney stone
Ooh.
issue.
That's
I drink a lot of peppermint tea, took care of it on my own. So I didn't make it to the vampire game. I just laid around because I was in pain.
Yeah.
And this coming weekend, we're not having a game because my brother is going to a wedding in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not running a game. But then we're putting the vampire game on hiatus again. And we're going to be playing OSC.
Yeah.
Advanced, which is cool. Because I got my badass dwarf fighter.
Yeah.
With his bearskin cloak that allows me to berserk out.
Yeah.
And my +1 spear.
Yeah. We did do our AD&D game on Sunday there. Which I think most of the people in the chat are in that game. Fuck, Shadow's there too. Yeah, fucking off grid, Cal, freaking. I'm trying to get fucking Brian to come back.
Yeah, he's been a slacker lately.
Yeah, fucking slacker. Total fucking slacker. But yeah. You know, I got over Halloween we did a module from Arduin called something. I'm spacing on it, but it was the stupid tower, Caliban.
Yeah.
And I got from that module a ring and another ring, which is improved invisibility or whatever it's called. The one where you can still hit things and stay invisible.
Damn.
Yeah, and a ring that allows you to run 10 times the speed of a normal human. So I'm just running around invisible all the place. hitting things. Oh, and I also got this whip. This whip I really like, called the Whip of the Slaver, or the Slaver's Whip, something like that. Yeah. So Oh, yeah.
You're such a nerd.
Yeah.
But
But
like I said,
this fucker keeps conveniently. This fucker over here. This fucker over here keeps conveniently killing off everyone I enslave.
good.
Like he doesn't let me kill them off by throwing them front line into anything. They just
Well,
die right
are
away.
you trying to play Conan and Shadwell's game?
No, no. But my primary weapons are horns, as he said, musical horns. So I use those a lot. Uh, I got the dragon horn from Calavan as well,
Yeah.
which is you can blow it 3 times a day and get the effect of dragon breath. And there's a chart of like a shit ton of dragons you have to roll on. So he has to create these super high level attacks now because I just wiped them all out.
It's Mel call. Mel. It's Mel.
Mel's calling you again? Brian, man, get your fucking girl on a leash. Is your bank statement? Yeah, it's 2 pieces of paper. Oh, I'm invisible. Everybody at the table hates that. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Of course, Shadwell gives you something to blow.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Dave.
Well, I'm going from fighter to bard, right? So.
Well, we should.
I need to use
We shouldn't say gay or retard on YouTube because they can get mad at you and make it where your video can't be monetized. But I'm not monetized anyway, so I say gay and retard when I want to.
You should put that in a new shirt.
Huh?
I say gay and retard whenever I want to.
Yeah.
And then a thumbs up in the middle. Do like one of those like curve logos they have in the thing. Just get like a thumbs up in the center.
And yeah, remember, if you're going to play Shadwell's God Wars game, don't let anybody know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm ultra evil and chaos oriented. So if you see me out there, you know it's me.
And I'm not gonna tell you.
I said that on the thing, and he's like, "You should probably change that." It's like, I sent you what I'm doing already. It's not that.
Yeah, you're just trying to mess with people.
Yes. I'm already playing, motherfucker.
It's not started yet.
It's the perfect time to start playing.
You're just trying to get ahead of everybody.
Yep. It's like that line from that Robert Redford film.
No.
If you start when you're told to start, you're already 11 steps behind.
Now I know that the show's not really going anywhere today, which is understandable. I am just getting back into the swing of things, everybody, and I am actually going to start making shows. And it's probably just going to be bitching about everybody else's crap because I feel like it. And I can bitch about Justin's silly ass. But I would do it while he was here because it's no fun to talk about somebody when you can't see their facial expressions.
Yeah. What?
What?
Repeat that last thing.
First rules about God Wars: there are no God Wars.
There's
That's
no talking
right.
about God Wars. Yeah. That's it. I think I've been talking them into. If you let your if you let your character's name out, if you do, not someone else figures you out, but if you let it out, your religion dies. You okay with that? That's how we're doing it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All your followers start not believing in you anymore, and you can't gain any new ones.
Yep. It's got to be anonymous, or people won't play in the spirit of a play by mail or play by post game. So yeah,
Yeah.
mum's the word. First
I,
rule about
I,
God Wars: there's no talking about God Wars.
I'm absolutely a chaotic evil character.
Now everybody's going to think you're running a paladin.
No, I think he's going to be running like more evil than chaotic evil. I think Justin's going to be like straight up neutral evil, evil for evil's sake, because he plays what he knows.
I'm not evil. I'm a good guy. I'm an upstanding moral person.
You're a Canadian. You're a simple folk.
Shush.
Crafty.
Crafting. Well, down a bit. Oh.
Got a lot of good people joined up for it. Appreciate it. Got a little less than 3 weeks to get it off the ground, but
Have you talked to Dean Powell?
Yeah, he's joining.
Good, because I know, like last year, he was asking about it.
Yeah.
No, I found out something. Hey, there's Dean Powell. I found out something today. I too was.
Yeah, it better be a Transasaurus Rex.
I was a man trapped in a woman's body, and then I was born.
I was born.
Have a good one, Raven. Good to see you, sweetie.
Party
yeah,
on, Raven.
I was a man trapped in a woman's body, and then my mother gave birth, and
that's another shirt.
I was dropped as a child into a big old pool of awesomeness, and now we've got.
That's another shirt you should make. I too was a man trapped in a woman's body, and then I was born. So grow up.
That I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna work on that this evening.
Yeah. Hey, you tag it as trans appreciation or something like that in the tags. See how fast your account gets built.
Oh, we can mention the game at large off grid, but we can't talk about our deity or our attributes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to tag that as trans rights or trans pride. That shirt.
Yeah.
So,
but the line, the first rule of God Wars is you don't talk about God Wars is like a parody of a Fight Club line, bro. It's just funny.
Just so everybody who's all pro trans goes to look at that shirt, and then they can be like, "What the hell?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, bitches."
Yeah.
Dean, how's it going, buddy? Long time no see you.
Yeah, I was wondering if how the nurses were doing.
I've actually not really been in the hospital that much lately.
He broke up with them.
That's unfortunate, but it's great you haven't been there a while.
But, knock on fake wood. Hopefully I stay out. The last time I really had to spend any time in the hospital was when I went on vacation down to Florida and ended up, having a small cardiac issue and had to get a stent put in.
You think it was the heat doing it to you?
No, because it was the middle of winter.
So, like I said, do you think it was the heat doing it to you?
Yeah, and it sucked because, go down to Florida to see my kids and family and all that and spend the most of it in the hospital.
That's unfortunate.
You know, it happens. Nobody was surprised. Realistically, nobody was surprised. I mean, shit.
No, I'm gonna turn the overhead light on.
Shit happens. Damn, that is a bright light, dude.
Yeah, you was about to record a creepypasta.
Hey, look, Justin's never looked better.
He looks a little bit like Raven.
Oh man, no, he looks the same. You're looking good for a minute there, Justin. Let's see, he looks no, it's back.
Oh no, I'm gonna be super try hard like Shadow.
You know, Shadow would have done us further a fourth finger if he could.
Hand check. I like that. I implemented that a couple of weeks ago. Hand check.
That's great. that was a good one.
But yeah, as for how I've been doing, I've been focusing on health, and it is going better. It's just when you've been in the dirt for a while, it's hard to get back up again.
Yeah.
What's that song?
I get down, but I get not. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Africa by Toto.
Why would that mention Africa by Toto? Like, fine.
Well, why wouldn't you be talking about Africa by Toto? It's like one of the best songs ever.
I wouldn't go that far. It's a good song, though.
Come on. When that song comes on, everybody starts humming, at least humming along to it. It's like a party favorite. Toto comes on, and white people get funky.
So you're saying Toto is the Gen X version of Mr. Brightside?
Yes.
Mr. Brightside?
Yeah, everyone also sings to that one, like every white person, but mostly like very young.
No,
Gen
because I
Xers
sing
down.
along to Mr. Brightside too.
I have no idea who this is.
You've heard Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
By the Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Now, a neat thing about Toto is
there is a Killer song that I like, but I don't think it's that one.
The interesting thing about Toto is they were the studio musicians for Michael Jackson Thriller.
Nice.
So they got #1 song from Africa, and then they get like the Grammys of One Hit Wonder. No, then they get the Grammys from Thriller and all of that stuff because they're credited on the album. But I miss the rains. That's why there's no vampires in Africa, because they bless the rains down in Africa.
Yeah. What was the first Killers single? The thing that popped them up. It wasn't Mr. Brightside.
I know I like all the things they said and done by the Killers.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's it, like a soul, but I'm not a soldier.
It's like
yes,
Mr. Jones.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's all I said and done.
For 90s kids. Everybody knows Mr. Jones from Counting Crows.
Also, George, that is another reason I like the Doom film from the 80s as opposed to the later one.
And what was the band that did all the music for the Legend movie?
Legend? I don't remember.
Yeah. Legend with Tom Cruise. Darkness by Tim Curry, which, come on.
Tim Curry as the devil? Well,
yeah. I don't remember.
That movie was fantastic.
Queen did Flash Gordon. Yeah. Yeah. Dune. Okay, so the newest Dune is the prettiest produced, but that's just the technology that we have today. the miniseries by Sci-Fi is the most accurate to the story,
Yeah.
and the one by David Lynch is the most enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
The newest ones are so fucking bad, man.
The
I do
newest
not.
dunes aren't that bad. I mean, they got
They're the
some
worst of the
stuff.
three. They're the
The
worst
new
of the
movies
three.
are basically a modern movie TM.
Yeah, but some of the scenes in the new Dune movies I thought were fantastic. Like when Fade is fighting on his birthday in the gladiatorial games on Gidi Prime, and they did everything in just different shades of white. I thought that was very well done. They left out a lot of shit and they changed a lot of shit, but
that scene was in the miniseries, and I think it was done better in the miniseries.
I
It's
thought
like
it was really
cheaper.
cool how they did it all in the different shades.
Well, like I said, it's the prettiest version. It's the most like cinematography or cinematographic version.
Yeah, they could have got a better person to make or to play Chani.
Well, yeah.
Like they could have got a better person to play Snow White and the 7 CGI nightmares.
It's that joke I heard. All non-white people are black.
Yeah.
Whenever we have to like cast non-white people, we just find black people.
Well, I call the new
that's
Snow White
that's the only other race.
I call the new Snow White off-white and the 7 diversity hires.
Well,
but,
yeah.
In what world is Gal Gadot? In what world is Gal Gadot jealous of Rachel Ziegler's looks?
This is true, but I don't like Gal Gadot either. She's a fucking
for
pinched
looks
head, cone-headed weirdo.
But yeah, like okay, whether you like
and she's committed acts of genocide, so
yeah, whether you like Zendaya or not, I'm indifferent. I could care less. She wasn't a good Chani, and the way they had Chani,
she just played her as an angry black woman.
Yeah, the way they had Chani going against Paul, especially in the end when she rides off alone on the sand run. Chani would fall down in front of
1,000 Sardaukar.
Yeah, in front of a freaking spice harvester and let it run her over before she would do anything like that to Paul Atreides.
Because she wasn't playing the character; she was playing
an angry black woman, a strong, independent woman.
Yeah. Oh.
I like about the version is the government don't just have soldiers or cars, but they also have servants, and the servants do things.
I like some of the Dune.
You're breaking up there, Dean Kyle. We can't.
It was very pretty, but
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like this sci-fi version that they came out with.
Yeah, the
girl
miniseries
they had playing Chani was really good in that.
Yeah.
And I really like the original Dune movie. And I had, when I was younger on VHS, I had a older extended release version of Dune that had like the history of the universe, like when the people rose up against the robots and stuff like that. So it was like, I don't know, it was like around a 3-hour movie, which was great. And I watched that. When I was like 17.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I own that on DVD. I own that version on DVD.
When I was in my 20s, I was older than 21, about 22. Amazingly, I know this would be a shocker that Hungar would get an illness that shouldn't exist anymore. I got whooping cough in my 20s. So they put me...
Later, Shadow.
All right, Shadwell.
Party on Shadow.
They put me in quarantine at my house. I was in quarantine. So I just hung out and watched Dune every day.
Not the worst.
I own that version, the one you talked about just now, the extended one on DVD, and I own the miniseries on DVD, and I have no intentions of getting the new set.
The miniseries. Now, do you have the rated R version?
Yes.
Nice. They picked a
There's
really
a hot
good
tub
Johnny.
scene.
Huh?
There's a hot tub scene.
They picked a really good Johnny in that movie.
Yeah.
In that series. And Fade was played. I like the Fade they picked. Now, the dude who played Fade in the new movie, I think he did a good job for what they gave him to do.
They should have had him in the first one. They cut out his entire storyline.
Yeah, and they made him. He didn't look like he was supposed to look, but
I think he looked close enough to the part. But
yeah, except Fade wasn't bald. He had blondish red curly hair.
Yeah, which is like they cut out so much of the iconic scenes with him.
Yeah,
it's like
the Mudbat does a lot.
Yeah, he was barely in the movie at all.
He's the same guy from
Elvis. He played Elvis.
No, he was in Shannara. He played the main character.
They had played Fade Rotha was played Elvis in that newer Elvis.
I believe you. But he played fuck, what's his name? The main character in the Shannara TV show.
I will tell you here in a second.
Well, I know
Austin
that.
Butler, he played the Bike Riders, Doom Part 2, Elvis, Masters of the Air, Carrie Diaries, Once Time in Mexico. Shannara, he was
the main character.
Will Armsford. I heard that they really shit the bed in that one.
There are some broad strokes, but it was like it was very cheap. It was like lower than a CW of the time, and that's of the time, not like 5 years later, 10 years later. And it was on MTV, so it had like a third of the budget.
MTV has a budget?
Exactly.
Yeah, you could tell they spent like tens of dollars on that shit.
No, it was more like fives of dollars.
Ones of dollars.
Dozens.
Their budget was in pennies, okay?
Hey, you can kill people with those and get more money.
If you have a slingshot. But do you think they could afford it?
Yeah, they can't afford that stuff.
Yeah. TV shows, better than the books. This guy here, George, fucking over here, is rewatching The Magicians and listening to the audiobook at the same time. And he starts telling me to fucking look up some hot blonde chick with fucking D cups, which is like
something that you are totally into.
Yes.
So I want to hear your guys' opinion about the David Lynch movie. What do you guys think of the narration? Because I heard two things. Either people are annoyed that it's used to advance the story, or they think people are psionic.
Well, David Lynch was the original one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that movie. Like I said, one of my favorite movies ever. I didn't like the voice modulators, but
that's
if you
stupid.
look at the movie, they add stuff. They don't explain it all, but they add stuff that none of the other two movies added. Like when Paul killed Jameis.
Yeah.
When he went to the siege, Paul took over Jameis's wife.
Yeah. No, that was in the miniseries as well.
They had two. Jameis had two children. One of them was from the original from the woman's original that
husband, the one that
ended up
Jameis
killing.
killed.
And then the other one was Jameis's kid.
Yeah.
Now, if you watch the original movie when they're training the Fedaykin, and you see those two kids in the Dave Lynch movie, those are actually Paul's stepchildren who end up becoming Fedaykin and part of his elite troop. And I always thought that was like a good little touch that they put in there for that. They left out a bunch of the story about Jameis, which in all of the movies.
Yeah.
Which I think was a shame. And in all of the movies, in the miniseries, like Justin said, they did mention Jameis's wife that ended up being Paul's technical wife, although he never did anything with her, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, he let her, in the books, he let her just do whatever she wanted.
Yeah, she just took care of his household until he got with Cheney.
Yeah, and it's like he even said, if you want to find another man that will love you, all that crap.
He would have ended up dying if it hadn't have been for her. He would have messed up so bad in the siege that they would have ended up killing him.
Yeah,
she actually taught him how to be a Fremen.
Yeah,
so he owes everything to her.
But the thing Dean Powell was referring to is the narration instead of the internal monologue, because that's one of the things books can do that movies really can't, is internal monologue. And if your story is heavy in internal monologue, it's harder to adapt it into film, and that is one of the problems with Dune, is you got to like work around that, and you can do that with set direction and other things, and it's why the relation Ender's Game sucked so bad, is because like that book is 40% internal monologue, and then you have like the studios wanting to turn every freaking heterosexual same-sex friendship into gayness, and if they can't do that, they shove like that age inappropriate romance that had nothing there's no romance. You have a story focused around a 12-year-old kid, right? I think that's how old he was in that, 8 to 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah, he was 6 when he got, or 7 when he got his monitor
removed.
Yeah.
But then it's like another year before he goes into space, and then,
yeah, it was like he was around 7 when he went into space. Yeah, they messed up on that. But George, I like the whispered voiceover internal monologue, and unpopular opinion with a lot of people, Blade Runner, the original one with the eternal monologue, is the best version of Blade Runner.
I agree, and also the reason that was added is what was the actor called again? The Indiana Jones actor,
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. He looked at the script and he really liked it, but he noticed that he was a detective that never did any investigation, so they added the monologue to like, oh, this is how he come to the conclusion of why you should go here.
It's I like the, like you were saying, the eternal monologue. It takes a scene where there wouldn't be that much information. It gives you more in-depth insight to the characters when they are able to explain shit. Like when Harrison Ford's like, sushi. That's what my wife used to call me, cold fish. You know, I think that's great. Defense Department has hired Disney to supply bombs. That makes sense. I mean, Marvel lost millions. Marvel, who's owned by Disney, and I lost millions of dollars. And they're like, Disney's like, hold on a second, hold my beer.
Well, that's the thing, is you think that company exists to make money. It doesn't. It exists to propagate a propaganda
virus.
It's
the same as the role-playing games. A lot of the role-playing games are gone. video games are going. Now everybody's like carrying on about how the Assassin's Creed Japan is featuring a black guy running
The government
around.
of Japan sanctioned them for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you look at the way some of the places in Japan are now, it makes sense to have a black guy running around killing Japanese people.
I mean, there
Look
are
at the
people who
news.
called it the Johnny Somali isekai story, where like I
It's
am
like
reborn
one
into Japan.
what?
It might have been the same guy who did Blade Runner who did Legend, which Legend is a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
that movie. I love Legend. The soundtrack was great. The one of the best bad guys in any movie ever. I mean, Tim Curry, that makeup that he had to set through to play that role.
Yeah, I think my favorite quote I heard someone say about Tim Curry's performance is,
Wow,
and
wow.
here you have a performance that make girls hit puberty. Some of the boys too.
What? Oh, that's wrong.
Well, yeah.
It's not on Tubi. What the fuck?
Now, did you hear that Victor
Have you seen
Gorbachev?
Teeth?
Yeah, you were there when was it Shadow who was talking about Victor Gorbachev made a T-shirt like the T-shirt you made for me with the
Yeah. He said it to me. So,
nice.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
Stole my design.
You're just ahead of your time.
Who's Victor Gorbachev?
The
Scrying Dutchman. He did a lot of the modern necessities for 5e.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I remember him now. Yeah.
I still say you need to make another one of those shirts. Take down the two that exists. Make another one with the new design I made.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got to be a white shirt because it's a.
You've been making me think about energy drinks, motherfucker.
Yeah, come over here. Come over here, young master Gregory. Young Master Gregory. He's our version of it.
Yeah, all you ever see is his hand.
I want a hand check. The other one too, man. At the same time. Okay, there we go. Hand check.
Jazz hands.
Wow.
Like father, like son.
What's up?
Not live.
That means it means say retard a lot.
Retard.
Retard.
We're gonna be playing
Dean
Conan
Pal.
in a few minutes.
Dean Pal.
What's up?
You didn't say it. Makes you the retard.
What should I
Visual
say?
retard.
Retard.
Okay, I don't know why I should say retard, but here you go, retard.
Okay.
Now, somebody was
Too late.
talking
You already
smack
lost.
about Starship Troopers the other day.
A fag.
Huh?
A fag.
Are they saying again that you can't take an ironic difference off it doesn't exist for right-wing
I
opinion,
thought-
or what's going on?
If you go into Starship Troopers with an open mind, it's a great film.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
not
not
the
Starship
book,
Troopers, though.
But at the time that movie was made, there would be no way for them to have people wearing the power armor.
Oh, they could have done it. It would have been done like claymation or something.
Yeah,
Like
it would
they did
have
the
been
bugs.
shit. It would have been horrible.
Like the bugs were done.
So
I still think
you
it's
know.
funny that. Oh, go ahead.
But like I was talking about this with James on his show, and it was like, yeah, they tried to make it so people would be against the fascist government, and me and James both agree that if that's how fascist government is, it don't look too bad. Would you like to know more?
I'd like to know more. Now, where's my copy of Mein Kampf?
And then Hugo Boss is talking about they're open to making military uniforms again.
I am open to Hugo Boss making military uniforms again.
I look good in gray.
Under the right circumstances.
See, a lot of other streamers have been saying this, and I have to agree. I've been called Nazi so much that, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I look good in gray.
I just turn around and say, yes, that's an accurate description. Thanks for noticing.
Everybody, if you don't agree with people, they call you a Nazi. And I rented a Tesla not long ago. Because I wanted.
So you're a liberal?
No. And on the back of it, I put Elon supports Nazis.
Did they make you pay for the sticker removal?
You can take it off.
Okay.
That reminds me of.
That was a joke. And okay, here, let me redo it. Okay, so somebody vandalized my Tesla the other day. Come out, and on the back of it, on the bumper, it says, "This person supports Nazi." And right next to my bumper sticker, somebody made a bad slur.
Swastika?
I don't know. I heard a joke about something like that. 404, funny not found. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a Nazi because I'm not a no German.
I'm not German, sadly.
Yeah. All right. On that bad joke.
Norwegians and Swedes say, I'm not German either.
What?
On that bad joke, I'm going to end the stream because I got to take my dog out.
Okay.
And I got to relax. Now, I will be back next week. All you beautiful
on Wednesday
bastards.
at 3.
Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
Fuck.
Justin, this is for you.
Like we found a Jew. We found a Jew.
They say in France, Assalamu alaikum.
They don't say that.
Yes, they do.
I thought they say Aluk Akbar.
I wish they would.
Look at Dean coming up with a quip.
Nah. They don't, sadly.
That was good. Like they say in France, oh no! Have you seen that Harry Potter skit where he's in the fireplace with the flute powder? And he's standing there, and the people are like, the Weasleys are standing around him, and he throws the flute powder down and says, Allah Akbar! And then you see green flames explode all over the place.
No.
I'm going to find
the
that
only,
really quick.
I will give it, the only funny skit that Saturday Night Live ever did was the Harry Potter one featuring...
No, Shane Gillis is a couple of beers.
Featuring Lindsay Lohan as Hermione Granger.
Oh, that one where like the
Yes.
joke is she had gotten big tits all of a sudden over the summer, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Party on, everyone.
I want to show something before.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Is it that everyone is a little bit racist song?
Everybody is a little bit racist. But like a comedian that I really like says, racism's not a yes or no thing. You can go all day without being hungry, and then a cheeseburger cuts you off in traffic.
I want to share a picture.
I'm getting ready to share that skit that I was telling you about.
Yeah. After that, I'm going to share my Dyson Sphere.
Don't forget to speak very, very clearly.
Allahu Akbar.
The nearby Game of Thrones. Okay. So that is hilarious. You know how I play Dyson Sphere program?
Yeah.
You know how you can in that game you build a Dyson Sphere around your son?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just sent you a picture of my Dyson sphere.
You know, if I ever end up in the hospital,
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about how I got there. Just know that the Dyson ball cleaner is completely misrepresented.
Okay.
Where did you send that picture?
It's you have to go to the same place.
Oh,
Yeah, it's annoying.
I see great friendship.
I also see great friendship.
you bastard.
They see it 4 times a day on that planet now.
Everybody dislikes everybody. They don't need a reason.
Yes.
But guys, thanks for coming on to Hungar's new streaming time. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Lies.
It's great to see you again, Hungar.
No, fat man. And everybody have a great day. Peace,
Party
love,
on.
and chicken grease. And thanks for watching.
Yeah. At the end.